Hey everybody. Wow, I got a video tonight. Just a quick short one, but I wanted to explain it. Oh, that's not very good lighting. There we go. Better. There we go. Much better. Okay, I don't know who is going to come on. I don't even normally do a video in the evening. Okay, so I've just shared a couple of posts on my feed. I'm going to explain what they are because you might go, what the hell is this? So we know that the federal government is basically imprisoning Canadians against their will in hotels, and they're going to do it in 4 cities: Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal, and Calgary. So it seems to have started first in Toronto and Calgary. And I got wind of this about 5 or 6 days ago, and I think it's been going on for longer than that, maybe since the 27th of January. So a group of Calgary protesters in the movement who've been in the movement for months, and you will know their names, you'll see them on my page, decided to organize a protest in front of the WESTIN at the Calgary airport, WESTIN Calgary airport. Now, this is one of the best kind of activism tactics to do, which is to threaten a brand and to threaten the financial interests of the group of people or shareholders or whoever who are committing human rights violations. Because all this kind of crap is all about money anyway. And so when you threaten the financial well-being of that organization, then people pay attention to. So they organized a protest outside the Westin Calgary Hotel with the people who are being quarantined inside. Now, some people may be choosing to be there, so this isn't for them. It's for the people who really are quite naive or don't know they don't have to be there, or for the people who are really there against their will and they don't know what to do, and people are just really kind of afraid, right? So this is what they're doing. It's brilliant. They're standing in front of the part of the hotel, the windows, where the quarantine prisoners are, with huge signs that have very large phone numbers written on them. So the prisoners can phone that number and they will be talking to the protesters on the lawn, and they will teach them and help them to walk out of the hotel to freedom. Is that brilliant or what? So I'll just repeat that. They're giving the phone numbers to the hotel prisoners through the windows. They're holding them up to the windows and saying, basically, if you need help to escape federal prison quarantine, phone this number. And the number is the people on the lawn, and they're coaching them to get out. And two just walked out earlier today and they were driven home. It's freaking brilliant. I love it. It reminds me so much of this movie, Munich, that was based on the true story of the Jewish, or Israeli, I should say, Israeli Olympians who were kidnapped by the Palestinian terrorists at the Munich Olympics. And I'm going to put the trailer for the video in the comment because it's a similar kind of scenario where this sort of hostage scenario happens in hotels. And this is happening right in Calgary. And so hopefully this methodology of protest will go to Vancouver at YVR, in case it's going to be the Westin. No, it's going to be maybe the Fairmont or Accent Inn on the 99 highway. Accent Hotels or Fairmont, because I've phoned both. And then in Toronto, it looks like it's Radisson. And Radisson is owned by the Communist Party of China. You can look it up. It's owned by their holdings. And in Montreal, Dorval, that would be Pierre Elliott Trudeau. I don't know what's there. I guess there's a Westin. I don't know what's there yet. But over the next 1 to 2 to 3 weeks, this could go big time, because I've gotten an insider intel told me that entire plane loads are going to be targeted, and they will be moving dozens and dozens of people at once into a hotel. So how does this actually work? So the Calgary protesters explained this to me briefly, but I'm going to call again tomorrow. That the government can basically take over the property the same way during wartime they could take over a school to put soldiers or something, right? And we look at that romantically. Just give me a minute. In the olden days, and that's essentially what is happening now. It's using the same mechanism of the Federal Quarantine Act. And can you believe this? In 2021, Justin Trudeau is using the Federal Quarantine Act to take over private property, to use it as federal prisons. That's essentially what these are. These are travel prisons. No wonder the Federal Minister of Transport, Marc Garneau, who has hopefully some sort of conscience, bailed on this position. And the new person that we have in charge of this was born and raised in Saudi Arabia. So that is being looked into as well. That somebody from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which is one of the most oppressive regimes on the planet, is now in charge of federal transportation across Canada. So what is really going on? I don't know. This is a brand new story. Check it out. The activists in Calgary, it's the Alberta Walk for Freedom. It's Misty Wind. It's a whole bunch of other names, but hopefully this methodology of protest will go to the other cities as well. And you can get involved in Vancouver, Calgary, Toronto, and Montreal, and make sure that we stop immediately the forced quarantine of Canadian travelers, that we shame the brands and we let them know that we will be boycotting them, that they will never have our business again if they participate in these kinds of egregious, treasonous human rights violations. Put your money where your mouth is, because that's how you can collapse a bad system, is don't put any money into it. Okay, have a wonderful evening, and please share the video. So it's Alberta Walk for Freedom, Misty Wind, the Westin prisoner boycott at the Calgary Hotel. Thanks.